Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name is Rochelle and I am doing a Halloween reading. Happy Halloween to all my spooktacular peeps out there. Of course, always starting with some prosperity dust, as long as I have it. So in honor of Halloween, I wanted to do a special spread for that. The camera's a little wonky. Okay. Saying hello. All right. So let's begin. So this is all about who you are becoming. I thought, since Halloween is all about dressing up and being something else other than you are, let's lean into that. So to start, what costume are you wearing year-round but pretending it's not a costume? I'm gonna start, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Lean into that Halloween spooky vibe. I'm gonna go with my Edgar Allan Tarot. Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Three of Eyeballs, which is Three of Wands. Ten of Eyeballs, Ten of Wands. And Three of Graves, which is Three of Pentacles. Hang on, what's this Three of Eyeballs all about? King of... he's got a sword. King of something. Oh, King... Yeah, this is heart. He's holding a heart in his hand, an actual heart. King of... Yeah, this is King of Swords. Let me get one more. Ace of Crows, which is Cups. Okay, so there's something here about being very stoic, very serious, kind of pretending that you, I don't know if pretending is the right word. This is the costume you've been wearing, even though it's not truly you. But this, if you're embodying this King of Swords, it's like, I'm being honest, and I'm not letting emotions get in the way of thinking logically and rationally, and yet there's some kind of emotion here that is, it could have to do with something or someone that is kind of opening the heart, that is helping, or it's creating some kind of emotional, it's not turmoil. It's the ace. It's something that is really sweet. And yeah, this is like personal. It's like self-love. It could be a new connection with somebody that is opening the heart. There's some kind of new beginning here. And there's been this kind of feeling of waiting for it to manifest into something more. And the way I'm reading these two is that it's like you've been trying so hard to keep your emotions kind of locked away, because it's safer that way. And there's definitely an emphasis on being honest, on being strategic in how to go about your or go about your day, go about your life, show up in your relationships. But there's something here that is, it's out of the norm, and it's kind of putting you in your feels a little bit. And so there's kind of this wait and see thing, which is a burden. It feels kind of heavy because it involves having to be on the same page with somebody. It's like, when you get into any kind of dynamic with other people, there are going to be emotions that naturally come in, that naturally happen, and different range of emotions. And so you're kind of like, I don't want to have to deal with emotions. I don't want to have to feel those things. And so it feels like a burden. And this, this new, whatever this new is, the heart opening, something sweet and fresh and different. You're not necessarily, it's like you're pretending that it's not affecting you as much as it actually is. Okay. So let's look at your shadow, what you're not showing, what you're hiding. So what you're hiding, suppressing, or still afraid to look at. Let me go with the Tarot del Toro. What are you hiding, suppressing, or still afraid to look at? Let me make some more space on my table. What are you not showing? We've got the, Two of Cups. You're all like, you're trying to pretend that you're so like, I'm very logical and I don't feel emotions, but underneath you're like all ooey gooey and like you've got some big emotions. And there's somebody here specifically who is who's stirring this up in you, it seems. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. And that Cancerian energy is very tapped into the emotions, and there's a lot of, let's see, what's going on in this image. I don't know a lot of his stuff. These creatures are based on Guillermo del Toro's various movies and things, and all of his creatures. I don't know which one this is, but this guy, he's got wheels for feet, or he's like on some kind of thing that has wheels, and he's got a bell around his neck. It's kind of this demon guy. You're like underneath, you're actually a lot more emotional than you want to be. Particularly because, or when you get around people who make you, who feel good. Knight of Wands. See, you've got this kind of like childlike, fun, loving, like you're kind of a whole mess of emotions underneath this very stoic front. You actually have this very playful side, very inspired. There's something that like in you that just wants to come out and like show the world the real you. Or there's a part of you that you keep suppressing or holding back, and you have this drive to get where you want to go. And again, there's a lot of emotion that is driving this, that wants to come up and out, that wants to be felt. Okay, I hope I'm explaining this well. What are you becoming? What are you becoming? I'm going with the Deviant Moon Tarot. I'm a little bit cold. I'm not cold. I have a cold. I'm a little bit sick. We've got the Empress. Taurus, Libra. Also, for me as a reader, Virgo. And I didn't say, but we also have fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But yeah, this is who you're becoming. The Empress. Queen of Cups. Oh my God. Yeah, that's Cancerian energy right there. Or, you could just say it's all the water signs, Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces. And then we have, the Hangman, Pisces. Like, look at all this. Cancerian. We've got all this water. And then the Empress is all the queens. The Empress is all about nurturing and loving and receiving. And so this is funny because, here you are trying to pretend that you're this very masculine, I get things done, only the facts, but what you are moving into is who you truly are, which is very, very different. It's more that, because we all have masculine and feminine within us. You've been leaning very heavily towards the masculine, which is fine. We all need to have that part. But now you're going to be getting to this place of, because of somebody, there is somebody here who is helping you to open up to kind of that kind of, is they're helping to break down the wall or to get past that crusty shell of yours, and you're turning into you're actually leaning into this ooey gooey, loving, emotional person that you have always been, but you were taught, you learned through experience that it was not safe to be emotional, to express your emotions, to make yourself vulnerable. That's a huge part, both of these. And also both of these are very intuitive energies, can even be psychic. It's like you're doing a deep dive here. This implies that you've been, whether you want to or not, the influences are helping you to do some kind of shadow work. So let's look at what you're leaving behind. I'm going to go with the Modern Witch Tarot. What are you leaving behind? R.I.P. King of Wands. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. Again, we have fire signs here. Page of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So, very masculine energies, all of these. And you may have someone in your life in particular who has kind of been a partner. This could be an actual business partner, or this could be a same-sex relationship. This could be a teacher-student kind of dynamic. But basically, I feel like you are leaving behind this masculine way of showing up, and people or a particular person who expects that of you is like, no, but I've always taught you that you need to hide your feelings. It's not safe to be vulnerable. And what's interesting about the Page of Wands here is it's like you're learning. It's like, let's see, you've learned all you could from a person or a certain way of thinking. And you're recognizing that you don't have all the answers that you seek, that there's so much more, or you're starting to realize like there's more that you want to explore, that and you've tapped out something here. And so you're in this place of, or you're going to be in this place of, okay, what else is out there? It's time to explore. I want to kind of go in with an open mind, a more like kind of beginner's mind, like childlike view of things. Like there's not a lot of expectation there. It's just kind of a free energy, explorative energy. You're leaving behind this. It's like, well, I was always told that to be an adult, you have to show up in these certain ways and you have to do these certain things and you can't have fun and you can't, no, and you're kind of like, but wait, who says? Wait, what? Somebody says that I need to be this way, but I don't agree with them, or that doesn't fit who I am anymore, or I just feel like I really need to write this quote down, but it's Anais Nin who has this quote about like, and then one day the discomfort of being closed up, or the pain, was more than just like leaning into opening up and doing something new. Very paraphrased. But yeah, like you're realizing you've been shoulding on yourself because other people have been shoulding on you. Shoulding. You should be this way. You should do this. You should not do that. And so you're like, well, but I just want to, why do I have to do any of that? Why? I'm just going to explore. Yay. I love this for you. So who or what is your familiar, your current ally? Let me try going with the Forest Spirits Oracle. And this may work. We'll find out. And we may be blessed by the typos. So what energy, trait, or even person is your current ally? Rabbit spirit. Quick results. Move swiftly to realize your dreams and adapt to new situations with grace. So you have some kind of dream. So funny. For some reason, this movie comes to mind called Island City, and Juliana Margulies, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but she's in it, and Andy Garcia, is that his name? Anyway, it's this guy he's a kind of typical New Yorker, and he decides that he wants to become an actor, and he starts taking these acting classes, and he's like kind of changing up things, and he feels weird about it because people don't expect that of him. It's not part of the norm. So he's not telling his wife, and he's not really sharing it, but he befriends someone who's in the class, and he kind of talks about like this part of him that he wants to explore. So anyway, this feels like you are exploring some dream that you've always had that didn't fit this persona that you've been wearing, that you've been pretending, and adapt to new situations. There's new situations that you want to explore, and that will be coming to you because you are going into them with this more open-minded kind of attitude. Then we've got Pink Fairy, Enchanted. It's time to connect with your inner child and find joy in the simplest moments of life. Inner child, there it is. And it's the Pink Fairy. It's like, the very feminine. You're really exploring your feminine side. Which is helping. It's going to help you and continue to help bring you more into balance in your life. And Fox Spirit, Strategy. Employ the power of your vision and long-term planning to bring your ideas to life. So what's really great about this is that you're not letting go of who you have learned to be to get where you need to go in life. This isn't about forsaking some part of you. This has been a very useful type of person to be. It has been very effective in getting you where you want in your status, and you have a lot of respect from people. They trust you to be honest. They trust that you are strategic, and so you're using that to navigate this new persona, this new way of being. It's not even saying new persona is like implying that you're pretending something else, but this is more like uncovering what's already there. But this part of you that is very strategic is keeping that in mind as you explore. We'll just leave it at that. All the different things. So, and then, there could be someone around you. Oh, that's the other thing, is that your ally, you could actually have an ally who embodies kind of both the masculine and the feminine, who is very very cuddly and soft and sweet and feminine, but then also has that masculine, like, okay, like this is how we act, or this, let's strategize so we know the best way to act, right? So, and that could be who this person is. There's somebody who's showing you that there is that you can hang on to who you've been. It's not bad, it's just out of balance. And this person is a little bit more in that balance. And so they're helping you. So what will help the shift? What will help this shift? Some kind of tool, practice, or mindset? Go with the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Since we're talking about a shift, what will help? Beauty and the Beast. You need some space in a relationship. Number 8. I think this has to do with this King of Wands. I think that you are creating some distance, like I was saying, with somebody who has kind of always kind of pushed you in a certain direction, and you're like, yeah, this doesn't, this doesn't fit anymore. And if you try to talk to this person about, like if you try to open up to them, you might feel like they, or I mean, maybe you have tried to open up to this person and they're like very staunchly like, no, you need to be the way that I taught you, or you need to be the way that you always are, because it's weird when you're not, and I just can't handle it or something. So anyway, there is some space being taken here. The fairy ring, new skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements, 37. Yeah, and that breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. You've got this whole new beginning. You're learning a new way of showing up, a new way of being, and you are seeing rapid transformation, because this is a huge part of who you've always been, and now you're finally like, like it's a relief. And so it's happening very quickly. There's a lot of momentum that is going to be building. You're going to see some kind of results very quickly. And Elizabeth and the Lion, it is time to become a great leader. And this is all about realizing that you can continue to be a great leader, but then you bring heart into it. And that puts you at that, well, I was going to say emperor status, but really it's the empress, because it's not just about being in control. It's about knowing that everything that is meant for you will never be kept from you. And you can just relax into this new way of being. It's like rather than trying to go after and get what you want, now you're like, I can lead by example, and I can be, it's like being a just leader, and also very, very nurturing and kind and loving. Like, you don't have to be a hard ass all the time. It's helpful in certain situations, but and I think you're always going to have that to lean on. But this is something, it's a new quality of being, of showing up. So I love this for you. It's so sweet. I'm a very emotional person. I lead, I kind of navigate life from my emotions, but I've also have had a lot of various instances in my life where I was told, I'm too sensitive, I'm too emotional, you gotta shut that down, you gotta push that away, this isn't normal, this is weird, this is whatever. And so I've been on kind of a journey like this myself. I have not been able to suppress my emotions quite as well as you have, but I can definitely relate to this in a lot of ways. Okay, so I'm going to get a cheeky message from Spirit to close out. Ooh, we've got 3. That was unintentional, but we're going with it. The universe didn't forget you. It's just building dramatic tension. You had to go through all of this. You had to get to this point, and it really explore this identity, this side of yourself, like fully, so that then you could go, okay, what else is there? And so even though it's been challenging at times, and especially pushing this part of yourself down, I think there's a lot of kind of probably shadow work that you have done around this, but it was it was supposed to happen this way. It's just building dramatic tension. The universe just part of it is wanting you to see it. Sometimes it has to get dramatic to really get to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't working, or something needs to change. You can't manifest a relationship if you're still mentally dating your last one. So you have something new here. Someone new here. And so it's all about taking space from a relationship, letting something go. Even if this is, well, either way, whether it's someone in your life or it's someone who is, you've already kind of separated from and created some kind of space, you might still be thinking about them. And this is all about doing that work to finally release who's been on your mind, in your energy, and saying, okay, I am moving into a whole new embodiment now, that doesn't have space for whoever or whatever this is, whoever, I think. Because there's someone new coming, or they're already here. And so you want to go into that clear, free and clear. And then we have, you're not too much. You're just not enough. You're just not enough. And I feel like this is really speaking to anyone who's told you were too much, especially in your emotional moments. That is actually not true at all. You're not enough emotional. You need to get more of that kind of feminine energy in there and let yourself feel, because as a human, we feel. That is a part of our makeup. And the more you suppress your feelings, the more you hurt yourself, literally. And so this is about opening your heart and just letting the feelings flow. That's a part of the shadow work. Being okay with whatever's there in any given moment. Not easy, but you've also got the cojones to handle it. You've got that fortitude, right? But now you're like, ooh, like this feels really good. Letting these emotions flow, and just like letting yourself be who you are in any given moment. And that changes because we are complex beings. And that's a part of what makes you a great leader, because you're recognizing how to be in this place where you're loving and accepting of yourself and the different parts. And that allows you to do the same for others. And people are drawn to that. And maybe you're going to teach people, or you're going to lead them from this place. And it could be just a few people. It could be family, friends. It could be on a bigger scale. Hard to say, but it's time to step into that regardless. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Halloween, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah.